Hello, Ali, and thank you for your assignment. Um, I like the thing that says a rough draft of final project. As I've said on each of these things, um, I look for that it's in the group, it's in an album, it has the keyword tag final project. Excellent. The only thing you're gonna have to add for the final is there'll have to be a tag under each description under every photograph as to why it's here. How does it relate to what we learned in Photo 5? And you can see that in our final project handout right here. So each image has to have a short description. And this album doesn't have to have it, although it's a good idea to get started on those. Okay, let's zoom through your album. Like the depth of field, love the coloration in this one, love the green. Nice close-ups that you're doing, interesting. This one I sort of feel the focus isn't quite on. Like this one, it's not on, but I like it anyway. I love your blossoms. Nice cactus. Flash isn't so effective here. I like the coloring on this one better. Again, you used a flash, but it kind of works on this one. Let's download this one and see if we can maybe do something with it to show you what you would do if you were using software, which of course is not required. Use your flash. Think about using your flash and think about taking things without. You have a camera that you could put on a tripod and not have on a flash, and I think you might get even better colors. Although this one's kind of eerie with the flash. Nice use here of composition and of depth of field. I like the close-up. This one's probably even better because there's more in focus. I really like the textures here. Nice portrait of your instant camera. Nice still life with cat. This is probably about your social concern, and so we'd need to have that on there. And of the three pictures, I'm thinking this could be effective, and this one's very effective. I really like the tones in this one and the use of focus. Nice portrait. Good still life here. Okay, looking through. So a really nice variety of images that we see here. Let me take this one down too. And I don't know if you're using software, but let's look and see what you would do if you were. Okay, Ayesha, thank you for your pictures, and I'm going to look at them in Lightroom. As I said, whatever software you use, it's really possible to do some of the things that you're seeing me doing. And I'm thinking, develop. This picture just seems a little harsh. I'm trying to see. That warms it up a touch because flash tends to be a little cool. You can see it's just a little bit of warming it up. I'm going to go down a little bit in exposure and up a little bit in contrast. Definitely going to go up in clarity because I think it needs it. And what's the point of the picture? I mean, the point is this wonderful, I guess it's a fungus growth. I mean, it's just wonderful colors. So I'm also going to go up a little bit in vibrance. And then I want to get the attention here because the flash is so much brighter here. So I'm going to use this tool that we have in this program called a graduated filter. And I can darken the foreground with it. Now this is maybe obviously too much, but I can easily change that. Hide it a little bit more. Maybe that's better. That sort of looks a little bit better. Maybe should have used a different tool, but we're on a deadline. Also, since I'm here and this is so much fun, I look at this stone and I just say, well, you know, that's so bright and so distracting. And so I'll use uh, this is the clone tool in Lightroom or spot removal. Getting it down to the right size. Oh, go faster. Oops, sorry. I lost my Lightroom. Okay, before and after. I think in a few short seconds, I think we have a image that really is what you were paying attention to, which is this beautiful, beautiful growth and its amazing textures. Okay, in your other picture, I just think this is, it's a kind of an interesting picture. It's a little bit cool, so I'm going to try to warm it up a touch. I hope not too much. What should be? Let's make the trees and the hills neutral, and then we'll darken it a little bit. Raise the contrast and raise the clarity. And I think I need to straighten something. What if I straighten that? Too much. Maybe just a little bit of straightening. What do you think? Before and after. So color balance, a little bit of richness, and all of a sudden we really feel the brown compared to the green, and we're really noticing the water, even seeing the birds a little bit more. So really interesting image, both from the framing here, the pathway echoing the shape of the water, and the kind of going off into space that you have. So Ayesha, thank you so much for your work. And thank you for, let's find your final project again, for all of your images. I really think the portrait's quite strong. You have some nice still lives, some nice greenery, and watch your focus. I like the still life here. And good work. Thank you so much. Hello, Cleia, and just a reminder of the things we're looking for. We want all the images to be made this quarter. All images should be in our group, all should be in a Flickr album, and all should be tagged with final project. And you need to give feedback to 5 other students. For the final, a reminder that you will need a description under every image as it says in the final project handout. So let's look at your pictures. As I'm looking, what I'm struck by is your wonderful sense of color and that you've tried a lot of interesting things, both close-ups and night photography. Reminder, it has to be this quarter in our group, in an album, and final project, hooray! And you do have your examples here, so that's excellent. So you might want to be a little clearer about how it ties to something, so that it's about light or something, but that's okay. As long as there's something under there that explains what is you learned photographically in Photo 5. So this one doesn't have a description, but it is in our group, in an album, and in final projects. I like that you were drawing with light. It's a fun image. The heart is really nice. Love the water on this one. It's really nicely seen. I'm actually going to click on that one. I'll do some adjustments to it, although of course adjustments are not required if you're using software, or when you use software in the future, it will help you to see that. Love the depth of field here and the focus. Nice mixed lighting in this one. And as we look at both of these, I like how the orange in the sharp image is echoed by the blurry one. I think that background is more powerful than this one, and then in this one. And also you have just enough of the flower to give us a stem, which I think is important with these flowers. Really cool picture of the snail. That is so cool with a close up, a macro, and the focus you got is excellent. Same flower, nicely done. Let's take this one too, just to do a comparison. Okay, sunset. Nice lighting for texture. That's an amazing texture. I might be tempted to crop a little bit over here or darken this over here. I like that we see around it over here, but over here it's kind of distracting. So you either might crop in or just, if you're using software, burn that in to make it darker. Another good texture shot. Looking up. The flower again, nicely done, very nicely done. Oh, I like your portrait from the museum. Good side lighting. It's interesting looking at this one. I think the other one is more effective. Really nice night shot here. Another one. I think the flash went off here, which makes it less effective than these. Unusual. I really like that shadow. That's very unique. Nicely seen. Pushing definitely pushing your iPhone to its very limits. That's why we see that grainy, textury noise. I like your sense of composition a great deal. And okay. So a really strong group in so many ways. You may have to use a number of the night photos. I hope you have a few more to choose from because it's supposed to be at least 30 to 40. We have 29 here, and I like your drawing. I like the candle. We're going to look at the flowers in a second. The snail is awesome. Your sense of texture in many of these images is very well seen. And I like all your night photos, but particularly these first two are very strong. So a great group. Let's hold on 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, we can see the different lighting in the two of these and how the color is a little bit different. I think this is more natural light and this one is more flash. And you can see how the flash is kind of cooler. It even changes the color of the green. And I just think this is both of them are lovely, but this one is such a wonderful image that I really just wanted to adjust the color a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little more warmth. A little more pink. Okay, and then I'm going to pull down the brights, maybe make it just a touch darker, not too much. A little bit more contrast and more vibrance and more clarity. And I really want the edges to get dark so we see the flower more. So I'm going to use something called post-crop vignette, which I could go really, really far on, and I don't want to. I'm just going to do 20. And do you see, I hope you can see that it just pops out so much more. It's so much more alive just from those few little changes. And if we go back to the grid, this one might take one a little bit more vibrancy, but you can start to see how I know now they're the same flower and they sit nicely together. Yeah, Those changes I think work. So now look at how those two go together. It's such a nice pair. Really good work on your images. I really appreciate your work in Photo 5 and your innovation in the different pictures. Thank you so much. Hi, Noah, and thank you for your assignment. I really enjoy looking through these images. They have such a sense of light and detail, and it really shows just even in a quick look. This is a magical image, really making use of the power of the lens. It's very cool. Well, the blur is actually because it's out of focus. Um, may have moved too, but it's the out of focusness that made that incredible, wonderful blur. I'll just point out that it's in our group, it's in the album, and it's in, but doesn't have the tag it needs to have. And that's really important for the final. And in this is an okay comment for the night photography. You'll want to add, add, since it's for the final, why you put it in the final, which of course is probably because it's night photography. Good close up, good texture. And I like your comment here about what you learned. Again, we need a tag of final project. I'm just going to look at the rest. And I don't know if you wrote me, I will be checking my emails, a reminder that all the pictures have to be from this quarter. I think if you need to let me know why it's 2015, I guess I should go look. Hold on one second. Yes, I found the email, Noah, and to let everyone know that your camera was set on the wrong date. And now hopefully it's adjusted properly. So these were taken on February 20. They were taken this year. They just the camera didn't know it had time traveled to a different year. Um, so very nice close up. I like the depth of field in this one. I like the tones. Another great use of narrow depth of field. And so since you have a second picture with this in it, I wanted to go and show you what it's called in the current things. It's a bokeh, Bokeh from a Japanese word for, and it's very popular right now. People buy special lenses to get the effect that you're getting, as you can see. So holiday light, and I'm pretty sure it's bokeh. But you are doing wonderful things with it, and you're very trendy, just so you know. Okay. Good depth of field. I know it's probably one of your social commentary pictures. Very effective lighting. Love the depth of field in this. Love the colors. And your movement and your dog is really wonderful. Like the pencils a lot. And you're just doing really great stuff with depth of field all through this project. Narrow depth of field and specific light. I love your sense of composition too. So I'm very enthusiastic about all of these pictures. Really nicely done. That's very fun. I like the night photo. Okay, wonderful. A lot of tungsten here. I don't know that you can see the yellow light in all of those. Use of flash and sunset. Yeah, this is a lovely portrait. What's really a shame is the focus is on the tree right behind her. Really work when you're doing a portrait to focus on the eyes. It's very important. Okay, so a great group of photographs, really interesting. Um, love love the abstractions with a narrow depth of field. Watch your use of flash because it generally isn't your strongest images. Very innovative, really nice night photos. Love the colors here. Wish it was more cropped. I don't see the point in the space back here, was just a little bit closer, maybe more, might be a really good square picture. I bet it would be a great square picture. Let's take that down real quickly. Um, I like the pencils and the still lives you've done. If I had, you have two of them, I think this one feels more natural, but I really actually like this one better for some reason, and I'm not sure what it is. When you have these little arrangements of things, it's interesting to try and pick which one you like best. I like the oranges in the natural light. Love the composition here, use of depth of field and all of these and movement here. Really great work, Noah. Thank you so much. Let's go and look at something in Lightroom now. So this picture really caught my eye because I think it's such interesting color and a really interesting use of narrow depth of field. Maybe we could use something in focus, whether it would be really cool if with your narrow depth of field, if just this edge right here was in focus. That would be so cool. But I think this is, again, as I'm using Lightroom, I think this picture might want to be a square. And I'm not going to shift the color. I think um, the color is cool. But I'm feeling like the squareness of the bench and the squareness of the picture is really interesting to me. If that's too much, let's do another one. Maybe just so some different possibilities. Kind of, actually, I might like this one best, interestingly enough. I think this one feels a little tight. What just a crop can do, such a difference. Thank you so much for your project. I think it's very, very strong. And thank you for all your hard work in Photo 5.